This is the Frank and Friends show. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
Kathryn Frady, hello, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
Who are you again?
I'm the guy. Remember when I said we could call it Frank and Frady, and you're like, no, you better call it Frank and Friends because I got to go out of town. Remember that conversation?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the one.
How have you been? What you up to?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing well. Yeah.
Can I get you anything? Can I get you some coffee?
I'm good. No, I don't drink coffee.
Wait a minute. I thought I read on your Facebook that this is how we communicate now. I stalk Kathryn on social media. I thought I read that you were going to start drinking coffee, and I even sent you suggestions on where to begin.
You know, I remember all of the suggestions, and thank you to everyone who gave me suggestions. I never actually tried any of them.
All right. Well, maybe if you're in town long enough, I can take you to a coffee place and we can, give you beginner coffee.
That would be good.
But if you don't need it, then don't get on it, because once you're on it, you're hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's once you're hooked on caffeine, you're hooked on caffeine.
Maybe we should do a Frank and Friends show at a coffee shop.
I'd love to.
And then we can taste all the
Hello, coffee shops. Well, I did it's called a cupping.
Okay.
When you taste. I went to the roastery of Vienna Coffee House once when it was new in Maryville, and did a cupping with John Clark, the chemical engineer who owned, I don't know if he may have sold it, I don't know, Vienna Coffee. And it was interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, we could probably make that happen.
Yeah.
Plus there's some new coffee joints over in the Smoky Mountains, so we can turn that into a show.
Exactly.
Normally with Frady, in fact, that's what I should have offered you, is some hard cider. Normally with Frady, we're day drinking. But yeah, we can do some day coffeeing. See if you like it.
Yeah.
Please do subscribe on YouTube. I saw that we were, last time I checked, up to 911.
Yay!
Which surprised me because it jumped. We were stuck at like 907, 908 for a while. So, but I don't want to get my hopes up because every time we gain 2, we lose 1.
Well, you can't keep them all.
I know, it's just it's a slog. But thank you for subscribing, and thank you also for supporting our merch store, where it's summertime, Kathryn.
I know.
Time to get out to the pool.
That's right. So you know what you need?
What do you need?
You need a Frank and Friends towel.
Plush, soft, absorbent. This is the Frank side.
All nicely
folded,
and I'm going to destroy it.
It's okay. I don't know if you noticed, but the towel folding fairies were here right before you came in. And so what we do is we just throw it off to the side, and somehow magically it'll get refolded. Well, you could have kept it on the table. I didn't mean on the floor. Now I'm going to stress about that for the next 20 minutes.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Isn't your floor clean?
It's cleanish.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, for you, I got down on my hands and knees and I wiped the bathroom floor now with disinfectant wipes.
Yeah. It's good.
So I think I told Sarah Roberto this when she was here. I want that pungent aroma of bleach to hit your nose.
As soon as you walk in.
As soon as you walk into the bathroom, to know that I was on my hands and knees for you.
It's fantastic.
Right before I hopped in the shower. And then I got a text from Kathryn, I'm on my way, so I jump in the shower. Well, actually, I was getting out of the shower. I thought it would be funny if I lied and said, I was waiting for the on my way text thing. Oh, I guess it's time to get in the shower now. That's not true. What I did instead was I ran outside with scissors, walked briskly, because I didn't know how long before you got here, and I thought I had this idea. So I had this little vase here, and it's from the Rose Glen Literary Festival.
It's very pretty.
And it's like, handmade in Sevierville.
Nice.
And it's just a vase. They handed them out at the luncheon. Sometimes they do coffee mugs. So this year they did a vase. And I thought, if I only had something to put in it. And then I thought, you know what? One of my favorite flowers that it reminds me of my birthday, which is a month from now, is blooming here in Knoxville because it blooms a month earlier than it does where I grew up in New York.
What kind of flower is
this?
this?
I think it's a tiger lily.
Okay.
Some people call it a daylily, but
it's very pretty.
It's just, and it's not exactly, the one that we had in New York maybe had a little less of the striping, which is more orange.
Okay.
So maybe it is different, but this is what we have. And these were here when we moved in, and they've regularly bloomed every year for 20 years. And I've just usually walk around the side of the house and they're like dead because I've missed them. So this year, the first time in 20 plus years of living in this house, I thought, you know what? I'm going to cut one, but I didn't know how. So now I'm stuck with these ones that I've probably ruined, these 3.
No, it's probably going to bloom. You don't think?
I don't know.
But What do you have popsicle sticks in here?
Oh, well, it kept every time I set it down, it would roll around like backwards so that you saw this side of it.
Okay.
And so if I turned the vase, it would roll around. So no matter what I did, it would show me the wrong side of the flower. So I thought, I've got all these popsicle sticks that I left over from the Talahi plant sale.
Okay.
This was, they would mark, I don't know, the variety of flower. Maybe it said you had paid for your flower, whatever it was. I got all these popsicle sticks. And I saved them because I thought I could use them to identify fig trees. And I haven't done anything with them yet, except now I've jammed them in there. I put some warm water in there and I jammed in these popsicle sticks to just lock that into position.
It's perfect.
So it's a little, I'm not handy, not arts and craftsy.
I don't know, you did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, you take care of it back there, Mo. I want to make sure to get it right for the shot. Here we go.
Yeah.
How's that?
Mo looks good, nice and healthy.
My friend Bean sent me an article today about how great desert tortoises are for a pet. I'm like, when they're alive.
He's pretty good as a dead pet, too.
Yeah, not that. There's not a huge difference, but
I mean,
it
less
is
expensive to
noticeable.
feed,
It is noticeable. Okay, so you didn't do the coffee bit after all that.
After all that, no. Yeah, but I did really get everybody engaged in my life.
Well, it's a good social media post.
So it was great.
Hey, I'm thinking of starting. You could pick any drug. Doesn't have to be caffeine.
Oh my goodness.
I can make a post. Hey, I'm thinking about becoming an alcoholic. How should I start?
There'd be lots of suggestions. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, today would have been. If I jumped to today would have been my father's birthday. The connection is maybe too obvious, but yeah. So I'm thinking of him today.
Yeah.
If he were alive, he'd be 91,
Amazing.
which is pretty old.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But he didn't make it.
I mean, not many people do, right?
Yeah. He died at 50, so he had.
Didn't make it at all.
No,
not even close. Oh well.
But tell me about you, because you've been traveling and you've been operacizing. Is that right?
Goodness.
Is that what we would call that?
Operacizing? Yeah, that's a great way to say it.
You have been operating. How about that?
Operating.
What about it?
Operacizing.
you
I've been
went to-
everywhere. I've been in Baton Rouge. I did.
Where you live now?
Well, and here, yes. I don't even remember the last time. I think I came and spoke with you last time.
You
when
did.
was
I have.
here,
Yeah.
One of the times I was here.
Yes.
Maybe.
That wasn't that long ago.
In March, right?
Yeah, around your birthday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I was doing a show here, then I did 2 shows in Baton Rouge, then I came back to Knoxville for The Doctor and the Devils.
I saw you there.
Yeah, we were-
This was this is a preview or a workshop you called it
Workshop,
of the opera
yeah.
about the body snatching that we've talked about on the show.
Yeah, so that was cool. And then went to Huntsville, Alabama for directing Deflator Mouse.
And that's where the Rocket City Trash Pandas live.
I know, I almost went to the Rocket City Trash
Oh, was
Pandas.
it baseball season
It
already?
was, and they were playing the Tennessee Smokies.
And you should have said, remember me from 2 years ago?
Yeah, you know. You want me to sing the national anthem?
That would be hilarious if you sang that, because these other places have offered, said, oh yeah, we'll get you on the list, but it'd be funnier if you went and sang it at Huntsville the 1 week that you're in town.
Right, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Why not?
See if you can fit me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Flater Mouse, then back to Baton Rouge, then to Pittsburgh, and now back
Now, is that where Opera America was?
Yeah,
In
Opera America
Pittsburgh?
was in Pittsburgh.
Is it in a different city every year?
It is. So last year
all
it was in Minnesota,
Uh-huh.
Minneapolis, and then this year it was in Pittsburgh, which was really fun. We actually, every year at the conference, the host company, so this year it was Pittsburgh Opera was the host company, and they throw a host reception on the first night of the conference. And when we're in Minneapolis, it was in this beautiful
Yeah.
bar upstairs. You had a great view of the city, but it was very crowded. No, not any place to sit or anything like that. Well, this year Pittsburgh Opera, they decided to take us out on a riverboat,
Oh, nice.
but not just one riverboat,
A Three Rivers boat.
2 riverboats
Oh, see, because
connected.
that's Pittsburgh is known as,
The 3.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Susquehanna, the Monongahela, and the Allegheny or something like that.
Okay, well,
Anyway, whatever it is, their
yeah.
stadium, baseball stadium, used to be called Three Rivers Stadium, right?
Nice.
Or wait, is that Cincinnati?
I don't know.
Oh no, did I just make a baseball error? I don't know. I used to follow baseball. I used to know all these things, and now I've lost it all, lost all my baseball knowledge.
Well, the Pittsburgh baseball field is right there on the river. I mean, it's a beautiful. You can see
Yeah.
it as you're floating down. But yeah, we had 2 riverboats. They connected them together, and the best.
Oh, right. I was right.
Okay,
It was
good.
Pittsburgh. Three Rivers
Good, good,
Stadium
good.
was.
Fantastic.
I don't know what
long as
Three
you're
Rivers
right.
were. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for knowing me so well.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was a good time. I mean, the best part was that there's this long line. They told us you had to get there by this specific time, and if you didn't, then you were going to miss the boat, basically, right?
I mean, boats leave on schedule. That's the boats
Yeah.
and trains. That's the whole point of having them.
So we get down there, there's this really, really long line of people, and you're supposed to like do everything on the app this year for Upper America, right? So, of course, James is there also,
Your husband.
yes, and he had not registered for this event. It's a free event,
Yeah.
but he didn't press the button on the app.
Okay.
So we get up to the front of the line, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Kathryn, you're good to go. See you later." And they're like, "Oh no, James, you didn't sign up. Like, and it's full, so you may not be able to go." And
Right,
I was
I
like,
mean,
"Are you
there's-
serious?" Like,
Well, yeah, there's probably a certain number of life preservers. There's a
Right.
capacity on the boat that
Right.
says maximum capacity this.
Right.
Because if you overload the boat, guess what happens?
you sink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
that's not
capsize or some terrible thing.
Right.
Terrible things have happened when you overload boats.
Right. So he's like not able to go, or we don't think he is. They say, "Well, you can stand over here and wait." Of course, the line is like wrapped
in the standby
around.
line.
He's in the standby line.
Ah.
And I was like, "Oh my goodness, are you serious? Like, what am I going to do?" So I stand there with him for a few minutes, and then I'm like, "You know what?"
Because you have to go on the boat.
I'm going on the boat.
You're the opera director.
Right. So I was like, "You know what? I see some friends over there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to wait with you. I'll see you later." And I just boarded the boat.
Did he get on the same boat as you? The other boat? Or neither?
He ended up getting on the boat.
On your boat?
Well, they're connected. So you
Oh.
could actually, like, as we were floating down the river,
They were...
they were connected.
I've never heard of that.
I know, it's really cool. So they
Oh.
both had 2 stories, and
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I got to look that up.
Yeah. it was
Fascinating.
fun. Yeah.
And speaking of boats, aren't you going to do an opera on a boat next year?
We are. We're gonna go down the riverboat.
And it's a
yeah.
good one. It's like a Puccini one.
It's a Puccini opera. Yeah, not one of those,
Atonal.
new atonal operas that
you
Frank
love.
doesn't like anymore.
Anymore. I never liked them. I just don't. I just am finally comfortable enough to tell you. You love them though, so
I mean, you know.
I understand that. I accept the fact that you enjoy them. But Puccini, I mean, come
Puccini
on,
is the
he's
best.
the guy. He's
Yeah,
the guy.
he is the best.
And that's on a boat.
Yeah, it's actually, we're
On
gonna
a
do
barge.
a concert on the Star of Knoxville
Which is the big old
riverboat.
paddle boat. And we do this because it's got a fake paddle in the back. They don't really, it's for show, but
Yeah.
it works. It moves around.
So we'll do kind of like a preview the week before, and then Iltebaro is going to take place at this place called Party on the Barge, which is in Tellico Port. And
I looked it up on Google Maps because I
Yeah?
wanted to see how long it would take to get there.
Yeah.
A year from now, and B,
Planning your trip.
yeah, it said it would take me 54 weeks because the event's not until then. But I was looking to see the view also, and it is lovely.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It'll be a nice backdrop of the mountains.
Uh-huh.
But have you seen? I mean, you didn't come to our concert,
I ran out of money, and I didn't want to ask for a free ticket.
Frank. You can always have a free ticket. Frank gets free tickets.
I paid for. Because I'm on the board of Marble City Opera. I pay for the tickets because when I was the head of a board, and I would get mad if people didn't buy tickets to our event. And I thought, well, I got to practice what I preach, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it really was ultimately what it boiled down to.
I could have given you a comp for, I mean, you did MC our event for free.
I could have, yes, I did that. I could have asked for a press comp and sat next to Alan Sherritt.
There you go.
That's what I should have done.
Exactly.
I've asked the symphony for some press comps, and they're like, no. That's
amazing.
Not for you. We don't have any left.
Well, you always talk about me when you go on the television. So,
I do.
All
right,
I'm
well,
here. It's okay.
All right. So what do you got? This is the big announcement.
This is the big announcement.
The Marble City Opera season announcement.
Yeah, and on the back, so this has the 3 main stage shows. Which
Hold
are
it up high.
The Christmas Spider, the Doctor and the Devils, and Iltebaro.
Ah, nice.
And on the back, this is the fun part.
Dun, da, da, da.
Dun, da, 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 you've got. We're gonna go back to the cavern. Cherokee Caverns.
What a great idea. Where'd you ever come up with that?
I don't know. See? I mean, even just for that, could have gotten a comp ticket.
It was my idea to do a show in the cave. And up until they started singing, everyone had doubts, except me. I'm like, this is going to be great, Kathryn. You know, I can hardly wait. And you're like, it's cold, it's damp, it's, the ceiling drips, it's a cave. But when you open your mouth and you hear how beautiful it sounds, because I've performed in there.
Yeah.
So I already knew this.
Yeah.
I can't sing like you, but I mean, I can shout. And and so anyway, I'm glad I'm so excited that we're going to do stalactites, sopranos, and stilettos August 19th.
Read this though. There's maybe a typo.
Stalactites. I mean, you could see, if we put another T in there,
right.
it would be remarkably accurate. But
whoops.
I mean, you girls did wear the opera garb, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I mean, they're also hanging from the ceiling, right?
Yeah, stalactites, sopranos, and stilettos, lovely. And then the pop-up opera. Is that me? Is that you?
Yeah,
am I in the back there? It looks like it might be.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah, looming in the back.
Does it mean I'm booked to MC it again?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. What's the date? I better write it down. Saturday, February 24th. Oh, good. Well, this will be great. And is this on the website already? Because I always put the link in there.
Yeah.
Oh, and I looked up the plot of this Il Tabaro. It means the cloak.
Right.
I mean, it's Puccini, so you know somebody's gonna die.
Love triangle, lots of death.
Yeah, lots of that.
Death and
a lot
revenge.
of death. Does anyone die in the Christmas spider? Because that would be a definite theme for the year.
I know. Besides the Christmas spider, it's basically death and revenge.
Oh, fantastic! I can see where your mind has been lately.
I mean,
God love
who can blame me?
Well, speaking of death, it's time to talk about bonezones.com. Don't forget the S. And I have some of the merch. I guess this freaked out Sarah Roberto a little bit. She doesn't like skulls.
Oh, I love skulls.
What I wanted to do was get the lifelike resin skull, which actually I had the idea that we could maybe get some of those for display at one of your shows. But of course I got the silver paperweight, and the black cap. And a couple of other things are new since last we saw you. They've got some Sam Venable books, in addition to all the great Jefferson Bass books.
Oh, nice.
Which we already know about, like, Beyond the Body Farm, Death's Acre, Carved in Bone, and all the subsequent Jefferson Bass murder mysteries, or thrillers, really.
Nice.
Sam Venable, who speaks frequently with us at the Bone Zones events, has all of these books, and one great way for him to sell them, autographed copies, is through bonezones.com. Including this one Sarah was amused by that, and you probably will be too. It's basically a Appalachian dictionary, but it's all jokes. It's all comedy, of exaggerated mispronunciations. So open the page randomly to one and share a gem with us from Sam Venable's How to Talk and Write Good.
How to Talk and Write Good.
He starts at A. You don't have to open it. Well, go ahead. I mean, that's fine. Use that one.
I'll go to F for Frank and Frady.
All right.
Let's see. This might be useful as we start to practice for Susanna.
Yeah.
Fallen out. A disagreement.
Okay.
Mary Ellen and Eugenia had a big fallen out over Billy and never spoke airy word to another again.
See? Is it spelled unusually?
Never spoke airy word another again.
So you got to look up all those other words, too.
This would actually be very helpful for me.
Well, if you want to borrow it. Yeah, all right. I'll let you borrow it.
Fell off. Lost weight. Looks like Waldo fell off quite a bit since he took sick.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
I need to start falling off. It's also, I have the long sleeve Bone Zones shirt, but I think it's hot enough that we'll go back to the short sleeve Bone Zones shirt or the Body Farm shirt. Look at that beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that nice with the skulls and everything and all the Dr. Bass books on the back? And I'll also mention that Ron Ledbetter, who used to be the legal counsel for the University of Tennessee for years and had all sorts of interesting legal cases and worldwide travels and just an interesting life. He's written a memoir, and we're going to have him speak at an upcoming Bone Zones event, and you can get the autographed copies of that book also through bonezones.com. Don't forget the S. And look for the schedule as to where we're all going to be. I'm putting together a nice little program with Ron and a couple of other speakers.
Nice.
Yeah. Because Dr. Bass is pretty much staying home nowadays. I mean, he's 94 and a half, and he just, with the Meniere's disease, he's more comfortable not
moving around.
being out,
much.
yeah. You know, he's at home. He's steady on his feet. He knows where everything is.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, makes sense.
So he's doing well. It's just kind of he's pretty much done with the public speaking. But if one comes up, if something happens, if he decides he's going to do one more, we'll make a big to-do over that. So thanks a lot to bonezones.com. Don't forget the S. All right. So I need to tell you a few things that have been going on in my world. We mentioned the atonal operas a little bit.
Yeah.
My wife and I think we're maybe coming back from, it might have even been from Doctor and the Devils, which has, a little bit of that in there.
Of course, yeah.
Some of the atonal, but also had some like regular music.
Regular people music. I don't even know if anyone's ever said that about opera ever. But yes, continue.
But we were in the car and it was a nice day. We had the windows open and the road noise. And my wife was trying to tell me something. And I don't have the best hearing in the world. I'm not, not deaf. But sometimes, maybe when you're in a noisy place, all the other noises, you hear them so distinctly.
Right.
And so clearly. It's like the filter is messed up, right? Like in a noisy bar, I'm hearing conversations from over there.
Rather than the people who are right next to you.
Because they may not be, the people right next to me might not be speaking as loud as that. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling my wife that she's getting drowned out by, plus she's looking at her phone. She's not, and I'm driving. She's not exactly, face to face.
Right.
And I told her all I'm hearing is, the
road noise.
So she comes up with this idea to sing whatever it is she's trying to tell me.
I love it.
Yes. But I said, don't sing it in any of that atonal stuff. So she started, but my wife also, as you know, has a soprano voice. But when she started singing, I was like, I did this. I'm like, oh.
You're like, that's actually really nice. I like that.
It's like Mary Poppins. So I thought, do that more. Because she loves this, and all wives do this. I'm not going to blame only my wife. But if she's in the living room and I'm washing the dishes, she'll say something. Or if I'm upstairs running water usually, or making some kind of noise, and she'll yell up the stairs and say something. And I don't hear it, or just think, well, if it's important, she'll tell me again later. And then you never hear it again later, until months later she says, remember when I told you? And you're like, no, I'm sure I told you. I'm like, you probably yelled it up the stairs.
So I actually knock on the wall,
yeah.
When James is upstairs and I'm trying to get his attention, because I need to make sure that he hears what I'm yelling up the stairs.
Yes.
So I knock on the door, I'm like, James, hello.
Well, see, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. If my wife sings whatever that is, like in Mary Poppins, that's what she sounds, to me, she sounds like Mary Poppins.
That makes sense, yeah.
Lovely voice. If she sings it to me, I think I would hear it and probably retain it too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And take your spoonful of sugar.
Oh, it helps the medicine go down, Kathryn. Helps the medicine go down.
So does she sing in an atonal way, or does she sing
yeah, okay. I mean, she could if she wanted to, I suppose. But she's more of... Melodic. I don't understand you opera singers at all. I mean, you're a mystery to me. And I married one. But she's also, mainly a choral singer. If you asked her, she would identify more with big choruses.
Sure.
And I guess she was watching the Coronation.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
You heard of that?
Of course, I've heard of it.
Oh, right, you're half British.
Yeah,
Well, you're half king. Was getting coronated.
Yes, Kate was half coronated for me.
Half coronated for you.
The other half was for everyone else.
I mean, if you were full British, you would have been your full king. He's only your half king. You got a half president, you got a half king. Whatever you want.
Don't tell the U.S. that.
Perfect package. So, you're half king. Anyway, so all of a sudden the choir starts singing Zadok the Priest, which is an unusual piece, but it's traditional at coronations. And my wife starts singing along.
Nice.
Because she knows it. I'm like, how do you... And she's like, no, remember we sang this with Choral Society like 7 years ago. I'm like, of course you did.
Yeah. Well, the music, it just stays.
That's how you remember, yeah. It triggers your memory very much.
Yeah, absolutely. I can still sing Tosca like right now.
Oh, please. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of the show, the next 2 hours, please enjoy Kathryn Frady as Floria Tosca.
Mario!
I liked that show a lot. That's why I'm
Yeah.
excited about this other Puccini, where the people in the barge and they die, and the thing with the thing and the cloak and the yick
Right?
and the gun
Yeah.
and the knife and
And the knife and the cloak and all the things.
Yeah, the things.
We'll have to do a preview. That'd be great.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah. Well, my wife was. It was like school, employee. She works at the school. They have teacher appreciation. Now, my wife's not a teacher, but some of the parents are very generous. So one of them brought in a gift for my wife in the front office.
Nice. Are they like pins for your hair?
No, they're chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
It's a set of 6 chopsticks, 8 chopsticks
They're
for the whole
very
family,
fancy.
and they're made in China. And I was curious about what it said on the back, because it could say anything.
There's a smiley face
There is a smiley face.
and there's a hand. Exclamation point.
Yeah.
There's a
Well, hold it up.
fork. I don't know what the two top.
Yeah, so they all have different symbols, and you have to figure out what this. It's so strange. I guess I could take a picture of it and put it on the screen. That'd be easier. Why don't I do that? Because I did take a picture, and then I ran it through Google Translate.
Okay.
Which actually, I think what I did is it's like the future. If I could have, as a kid, thought that there's a thing on the phone. I have hardly begun using it until recently, where you can point it at words, or you can talk into it, and it tells you how to do it in a different language. And it's just,
It's amazing.
it's like the stuff they talked to us about when we were children in the 1900s. Well, anyway, so it tells me that these are stainless steel, which changes my normal use of chopsticks. I keep a pair of wooden chopsticks at the toaster.
Right.
Because you're not supposed to stick a fork in the toaster to wedge out your English muffin.
Right. And you might, catch on fire.
Yeah, just use chopsticks. Take wooden chopsticks, and if you know how to use them, you can, or even just, even if you don't know how to use them, use wooden chopsticks to pick your toast out of the toaster instead of electrocuting yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Seems to make perfect sense. Well, not these, because these are, they're not to go in the microwave. In fact, the exclamation point, stainless steel is a 1,000 conductive material, and it is forbidden to put in the Huiboyi.
Yeah, do not put it in the Huiboyi.
How would you say that? Huiboi?
The Huiboyi, yeah.
Yeah, so don't put it in there. This part tells us that the unpacking building can be used by cleaning with clean water.
The unpacking building? Building.
Yes. Usage method.
Okay.
And then also for mature workmen, using the most advanced ground lighting technology, it is resistant to bumps and the surface is bright and beautiful.
But are there any intelligent workmen here? Or
Well, these were made overseas, of course they are. Stainless steel, the main material is stainless steel. That one makes total sense to me. The non-slip design at the end makes it convenient to pick up food clips.
is that the smiley face?
Smiley face, yeah, you can use it to pick up food clips.
What are food clips?
I don't know.
Non-slip design at the ends makes it convenient to pick up food clips. Oh, like, pieces of food.
Maybe like small pieces?
Yeah, small pieces of food.
That are left over on the plate? Okay.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
And then food contact use, in line with the National Stainless Steel Tab-Aware safety standards, can be connected directly, food. So you can connect it directly to your food, because it's safe.
And to your face?
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because the same lady who gave my wife these was the same lady who gave us a bunch of Korean snacks last year.
Oh, okay, nice.
And I had Asia White, who is half Korean and half white. She came by and we had a big old Korean party one day when she was here, munching on these little snacks that we'd gotten.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was excited about that. And I need to open those up now that I can unpack building material.
Yeah. That's fun.
I don't know if I can use them around the house as a tool, though, because I don't know. I don't want to ruin them, because I had a plumber come for the annual checkup, and thankfully, he's a discreet plumber. He's non-judgmental.
Okay, that's good.
Because I said, the bathroom sink upstairs is running a little slow, and I put this stuff down there. Not Drano. They sell a different kind of. So Drano, all it does is it heats up and it makes your pipe expand ever so slightly, and that's how it works.
Okay.
This is it's like bacteria, smells like you're pouring yogurt down there or whatever it is, but it eats away
nice.
at the hair.
Nice.
So I said, I tried that and it's not working. He says, well, it must be a bigger clog. So he gets some solder. Like, you ever have a soldering iron?
No.
Oh. A soldering iron is a hot tool that when you're working with electronics, you take this little roll of metal and it melts and it drips onto whatever it is you're trying to connect together.
Okay.
So it could be a bigger thing, like a pipe or but in electronics, you put crisscross the wires, you put a drop of solder on top, and now you have made a permanent connection. Yeah, that's how you do it. Well, he pulls out a roll of solder and breaks some off and makes it into a hook. He says, yeah, no one else does this. This is my thing. And he goes fishing down into the drain, and he pulls up this.
You've started it now, so.
Yeah, this cylinder of gelatinous goo with my little mustache hairs and beard trimmings and mixed in. But I realized what it is. And he looks at me like, I don't know what this is, but I knew what it was. It's extra hair gel.
Hilarious.
Because I would put the hair gel on, and then I would have too much on my hands.
Right.
I mean, I don't have that much hair, right?
Right.
I got to keep it short. And then I would wash off my hands, and I realized that the hair gel is not making it all the way down.
And it's
it
like
just keeps
collecting
and constricting.
Nice.
So I've stopped using hair gel now. Or when I do, I guess I got to go outside, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you solve that problem.
I don't know either.
Well,
so far, I mean, when I'm within a couple of weeks of a haircut, I don't need it. It's just when the hair gets too long and I got to lock it down in the back.
I guess you'll just have to get more haircuts.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to get a haircut.
Yeah. I
can't use that hair gel anymore.
Don't want to clog up the sink with grossness. Well, before we wrap up, I have one more thing I want to ask you about.
Alrighty.
Do you know anybody who has a Volvo?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm not that fancy.
My wife, they had like a raffle or a drawing or something else. And one of the prizes in this was a coffee mug.
Okay.
And it says Volvo on it. Now, I don't have a Volvo, but I'm thinking about mailing it. And the funny thing is, I had just gotten a box that would have been perfect to mail off this coffee mug. And the day before she comes home with this,
You threw it away?
Took the box apart and threw it away.
Oh, no.
Because I had received some kind of, I think I'd gotten a coffee mug or some other thing like it in there. But then she says to me, oh, wait, I actually have two.
Have two? These are big mugs.
So I'm thinking of sending them to my sister who has two Volvos, because she has an old Volvo and she wanted to it wasn't working anymore. So I said, were you going to get rid of it? No, I'm going to keep it just in case my new Volvo breaks down. So she has like an old Volvo that's from the 1990s or 89,
Nice.
90. And
They last a long time.
But she's decided to not get rid of it in case her newer Volvo breaks down. Like, what?
These are big. I mean, these are nice mugs.
You
They say Volvo, but
yeah.
that's the only thing that's really kind of wrong with them. But
Do you want them?
no, I mean, I don't even drink coffee, so. But I can imagine if
Think
you
how much
liked,
cider you could put in there.
you could put a lot of cider. I mean, you could eat a soup out of here. It's like a really good soup mug.
It's big, it's large.
It's a large mug.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of something you can see for scale,
I mean, you could.
It's a large mug. Here, look at that. Here's a regular mug. Here's a regular sized coffee mug. Mm-hmm. You can see it's much, much larger.
Yes.
Well, all right. Well, I guess.
So somebody who really likes to drink coffee should have these.
I'm not sure I want to pay the postage.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my sister would ever, she'll never come here.
Visit?
No.
Okay.
We can go. We're allowed to go there. Because, she lives in a nice part of New York, and
You live in Knoxville.
I know. It's like ongoing.
Has she ever been?
Yes, when 2005.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Might have been maybe earlier, maybe before that. Might have been 2003.
Wow. Okay.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Well, it's time for her to come visit. I mean, she has some mugs to pick up.
She's not coming. She doesn't like driving long distances. She's not coming.
She can fly,
I'm just saying she's not coming.
Okay.
I mean, I think I can safely assume that for the remainder of if she might come to my funeral if I died.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, we can give her the mugs at that time.
Or, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
You always have to have a trusted
sure,
friend to know who knows what you intended to happen to your stuff upon death.
That's right.
So
I'm
when
here for
so
you.
when I'm dead,
That's
you
right.
say, "Oh, those mugs are for his sister."
Yeah.
Don't sell those.
Yeah.
Those are for his sister. Well, on that happy note, if you do like audio entertainment of all kinds, please do go to audibletrial.com/FrankandFriendsShow to get a free 30-day premium membership to Audible, and then continue on as long as you like until you cancel. But they're confident that you'll stick around and enjoy the monthly credit for an MP3 download, which you can store up and use all at once, or use them one per month, whatever you decide to do. And of course, you do get that credit during your trial month as well. You can stream audiobooks, podcasts, audio entertainment on all your devices, whether you've got the app on your phone or on your tablet, or whether you use it on the Amazon Alexa. It's all interconnected, and it works seamlessly, so that if you stop listening on one device, you're in the car and you turn it off and the Bluetooth stops, but then you come in the house and you tell the machine to start listening again. Yeah.
I love that little bookmark.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And every week, new audiobooks are coming out, so there's always a constant supply of new things for you to listen to and catch your ear. You can speed them up a little bit if you want, or slow them down, or
they can listen to the podcast and speed through all of the things that you're saying and slow down back for me. Okay, that's great. Yeah. That's what I heard you say.
Perfect that way. Exactly how it works.
Great.
But also it's found time, this is another thing when I'm out. My wife has started listening to podcasts in her AirPods, and I'm listening to some in mine. But then we're yelling at each other because we can't. I'm like, why don't you just call me?
Yeah, or send a text, because you'll get the ding. Exactly.
At this point, just tell the machine to text. We're half robot anyway, right? Just walk around with the robot thing in your ear. So you can do that with Audible. audibletrial.com/FrankandFriendsShow. Then our website, which is frankandfriendshow.com/store, where you can find things like the towel on the floor over there, because the towel
lovely mugs that are
towel
normal
folding
sized.
fairies have trouble bending.
I'll pick it up.
I know. Good.
Bucket hats.
The bucket hat. Are you getting a bucket hat?
I might need a bucket hat.
In Baton Rouge?
Like for all my fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah Roberto has threatened to get a bucket hat. April Estes, who listens to the show.
She has one.
She has it, and she wore it to Einstein Simplified.
Nice.
And we were photographed together.
I love that.
With the modeling the bucket hat.
It's a great thing to wear to Susanna.
She said she might.
Great.
Did you see that online?
I didn't.
Oh,
No.
she threatened to.
Okay, cool.
So if you're holding her to it.
Fantastic. All right. Wear your bucket hat.
You don't get a discount or anything, but you can wear that. That's on our website. And of course, help us get to 1,000 subscribers by
sharing,
Thanksgiving,
liking,
Christmas. What's a reasonable goal?
subscribing.
Help us out. Because we'll have episodes. The guy from Andy's Frozen Custard promised we can come to the new Andy's locations and make more videos.
Ooh, when do they open?
I don't know, because they're currently still piles of dirt.
Oh.
I drive past them frequently. The one is on Cedar Bluff at Fox Lonas, just piles of dirt. And the other is on Kingston Pike near Dean Hill at the old Arnwines.
Okay, nice.
And it's still, that one's not piles of dirt. You can see there's like a foundation.
Okay, nice.
So things are happening. But he said by the end of the summer.
Oh, okay.
Plus a new one in Pigeon Forge.
Nice.
So that's 3.
That's amazing.
3 new Andys. So then he's got the rights to build 6. So that would be.
They're doing well.
I know. I mean, it's constantly busy at the one in Sevierville. I know it's not a commercial for Andy's. I just want to go and want you to subscribe so that you don't miss those episodes when they come up. And if you're in town long enough, and if your rehearsal schedule permits, so that's next year, we can go over and see some Smokies.
That'd
see more
be great.
Smokies, all right?
Sounds good to me.
All right. It is the Frank and Friends Show. My name is Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
And we'll talk to you again next time.